Hello, I'm Dr. Razor. Welcome to the 5-Minute Thinker, where we spend just 5 minutes thinking about the deeper questions of life. Hey church, here's a serious suggestion. Quit telling unbelievers to just have faith. It's driving them away from Christ. It is popular in American Christianity to hear things like, you have to take belief in Jesus by faith, not proof. Or, I don't need all the evidence for the resurrection of Jesus. I just need Jesus. Science is about facts and faith is about feelings. A good example of this is what a student of mine once wrote. I do not believe that the Christian worldview rises or falls with the resurrection of Christ. I do not believe that because when you believe in something such as religion, your faith is based on how you perceive something. She goes on to say, I believe that when you have a strong faith, if one thing that does not make sense or does not have evidence, it does not change how you feel. Although this may be well-intentioned and have some truth to it, it is eventually dangerous and can and has led many to disbelieve the gospel. It makes faith wholly separate from reality. In fact, it severs faith from reality, making it equivalent to believing in Santa Claus or even little green men who live on the dark side of the moon. But faith is not without evidence. It is not blind. Faith is supported by good evidence and reasons. For example, the resurrection of Jesus has good historical evidence and should be believed based, at least in part, upon that evidence. People and Christians ought not believe that Jesus rose from the dead by a sheer act of the will. Asking unbelievers to just have faith in Christ with no evidence or reasons is asking them to do something we would never do in our daily lives. Namely, believe something to be true for no reason whatsoever. To be sure, what counts as good evidence or good reasons is debatable, but to believe in something that has absolutely no evidence or reasons takes us into the realm of irrationality. And to base belief in Christ upon mere feelings is an unstable foundation. Feelings change. Feelings often do not reflect reality. And yes, there is a thing called reality which we can know. Feelings are also frequently irrational and are easily manipulated. Christians ought to appeal to unbelievers with the gospel by showing good reasons and evidence to believe it. As the Christian philosopher J.P. Moreland once said, faith is relying on what you have reason to believe is true and trustworthy. Moreover, do Christians really think they have only faith, a feeling or some sixth sense that Christ was raised from the dead? Well, hopefully Christians also would claim to know Jesus was raised from the dead, and to know something requires reason or justification for one's belief. The next time you think about or hear a Christian appealing to an unbeliever to accept the gospel on mere blind faith, pause a moment and ask yourself this question. Would you believe anything else on mere blind faith? If not, perhaps you need to know what evidence and reasons your faith rests upon before you are driven away from the faith.